Hello there, this is CineMerch86 back with another video. Now, as you can see, this is going to be a Star Wars themed video, and here are just some of the Star Wars items of which I'm going to be showing you throughout the video. Now, I'm going to try and show you these items movie by movie, and then it'll just be some loose items towards the end of the video of which I'll show you. I'm also going to try and do my best to tell you where these items were available when they came out. Of course, this information could be wrong, or there could be other cinemas where these items came out also, but either way, here we are with the start of the Star Wars cinema merchandise video. So, to start off the Force Awakens segment of this video, first off we have here this combo, which consists of both popcorn tin and drinking cup. Now, both of these items were made available from cinema chain Hoyts, and they operate several cinemas around Australia and New Zealand. And I believe that they actually had a couple of these combos available. As you can see, this combo is based on the character of C-3PO. The tin and the cup, they both have the same designs. You can see the Optimum and the C-3PO on a cup. Then it switches to the Star Wars Force Awakens logo. And then same again with the tin here. You have the Optimum. And it switches to the Star Wars Force Awakens logo once again. Now, as I said, they had a couple of these combos available. I think it was actually 4 in total. And each combo was based off of the characters of the movie. You had, obviously, this one for C-3PO, but you also had one based on R2-D2, BB-8, and Chewbacca as well. So, yeah, I'll post up an image now of them combos which were available from cinema chain Hoyts. So, next item now, we have the Star Wars Force Awakens popcorn tin. Now, this was made available to us from Odeon Cinemas. To have a quick look at the tin now, we have this black background with Star Wars The Force Awakens logo on there. And then as we turn around, we have these lovely embossed images of the characters in the movie. So you've got BB-8, you've got Rey down the bottom there. And then we've got the 3 bots together, BB-8, R2-D2, C-3PO. We also have a craft flying in the background there also. Now, I believe this popcorn tin was part of a combo, which also consisted of a drinking cup and with cup toppers as well. But I also believe that the Odeon done 2 versions of this combo. One being of the light side of the Force and the other being of the dark side of the Force. So as we can see, this one has the heroes of the movie. So this one's going to be from the light side of the Force combo. So yeah, nice popcorn tin. And I'll post up an image now of both combos which were available. And now we move on to these items here. So what we have, the Star Wars Force Awakens drinking cup. Along with that, we have the traditional cup toppers as well. Obviously, they resemble the characters of the movie, and I believe 5 of them were made available in total. I think Odeon Cinemas also done the cup toppers, but they had different drinking cups to go with them. Anyway, so take a look at Cineworld's drinking cup. We have here at the bottom the Star Wars Force Awakens movie logo. Go further up the top here, we have obviously the familiar orange desertry imagery for the backdrop. Then we have the characters of BB-8, and then his good buddies C-3PO and R2-D2. For the cup toppers, obviously I'll put BB-8 up on top there, as it goes well with the design for the cup. And then the other cup toppers, we had characters of Rey, Chewbacca, the evil villain Kylo Ren, and Snow Trooper as well. So again, I think Cineworld both had a light side and a dark side version of these cups available, which is a nice option for whichever side of the Force you choose to allegiance yourself with. And yeah, these items were made available to us from Cineworld Cinema. Next item now, and it just happens to be one of the oldest Star Wars Cinema merchandise items of which I own, and it is the Star Wars Force Awakens straw. Now, as you can see, it's just a normal orange plastic straw, but on it we have this sculpt of BB-8. It's a very small sculpt, but very nicely detailed, and yeah, such a great item to add to your drink. And this straw was available from View Cinemas. So now we're going to be moving on to the Star Wars The Last Jedi segment of the video. And we're going to begin with both of these items here. Now what you can see, we have a popcorn bucket and a drinking cup. And the designs for both of these are based off of the Stormtrooper helmet. And I think both of these items here do a great job in replicating the look of the helmet itself. So to take a closer look at the items now, first off we're going to start off with the drinking cup. Now, we're going to give it a quick spin, just so you can see all the nice details on the cup itself. And as you can see, it's a very small cup. So it's just slightly bigger than the palm of my hand, but still a nice item. Show you the features of the item now. You just grab either side of the lid, give it a pull, and that is where you enter all of your lovely drinking beverage. Now, it's not only just a drinking cup, but it also has a bonus feature. Now, if I show you the top of the lid, of where you put your straw, there's also a slot there for your coins as well. So not only can you access your lovely beverage, but you can also insert all of your hardly earned monies as well. Right, so now we take a look at the popcorn bucket. Now, as we give it a quick spin, you can see it has very similar details to what we saw on the drinking cup, except on the back of this, we have the Star Wars The Last Jedi movie logo, and along with that, we have the major Cineplex logo, which was the theatre where you're able to purchase both of these items from. More on that shortly. We're just going to take a look at the feature of the popcorn bucket now, which is the lid. There should be a slot at the front here somewhere if I can find it. There we go, it opens up the lid, and that's where you insert all of your lovely and tasty popcorn. So, overall, such a great looking popcorn bucket. Right, like I said a moment ago, both of these items were available at Major Cineplex, which is a cinema chain which operates in Thailand. Now, Major Cineplex also had a number of other items which were available along with the movie. So we move on to the next item now, and it is another popcorn bucket. Now the design for this one is based off of the head of the character of BB-8. So, to have a look at the item now, all made of plastic, there's no technical pieces to the item itself. So we have a look here, we have the radar lens and the HoloLens. Yes, I have done my research, hopefully anyway. So we're going to spin the item now, just so you can have a look at all the indents and all the detailing on the item itself. And yeah, I just think it's a perfect replica of a BB-8. So, just to show you the main feature of the popcorn bucket now, there should be a little indent here, which opens up the lid, and that is where you insert all of your popcorn. Now, for availability of this item, it was available at Major Cineplex in Thailand, but also available at Shaw Theatres in Singapore. So here we have some cup toppers. These were made available at event cinemas in Australia and New Zealand. So the characters we have here are the Praetorian Guard and the Executioner Trooper. Right, so now we're going to be moving on to the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker segment. And as you see here, these items are extremely tall. I tried to figure out the best way to display them on screen, so I've just decided to do it in the fashion of laying them down like this. So yeah, both of these items were called the Saber Moneybank Tumbler. And as you can see, both of them are designed off of lightsabers that you see during the movie. This one here, obviously being Luke Skywalker's, then being passed down to Rey, if I've got that right. Then one at the bottom here was obviously the lightsaber belonging to villain Kylo Ren. So now let's take a closer look at the tumblers themselves. They do stand, but like I said before, the items were so tall, it was hard to fit them on screen. Anyway, to take a look now, first off we have Rey's lightsaber. Then we move on to Kylo Ren's lightsaber. As you can see, both handles are very well detailed. Plus, they both have the image of the movie's logo, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, on them, which is a nice touch. But the fun part about them is you can actually use them as a lightsaber. Yeah, I do think my Jedi skills need a bit of work. Sadly though, there are no light up features or any sound features to these tumblers, but even so, I still think they're extremely cool looking items, and such a great idea to have the lightsaber as the cup's design, or tumbler's design should I say. Anyway, to have a closer look at the top of the tumbler now, here we have the semicircle bit of plastic. You push that, and then that just takes off the lid. You can insert all your drink inside there and place the lid back on. But like I said in the description where it had money bank, there's a coin slot here. So you can insert all of your monies, all of your coins in there as well. So yeah, drinking tumbler, money bank, such a great Star Wars item. So, doing my research into where these items were available, I believe they were sold to purchase at Golden Screen Cinemas in Malaysia, as well as Cinemark Cinemas in Brazil and Hoyt Cinemas in Australia. Plus they were probably on offer at other cinemas also. So now we move on to the next item, and we have here the Rise of Skywalker drinking cup. But as you can see, this also features Kylo Ren's mask as the cup's lid. Now I believe you had a choice from several characters to choose from for the choice of lid for your cup. So the lid itself, just pull it off of the cup, and then you can insert all of your lovely drink inside the cup. So, to have a closer look at the exterior of the cup's design now, you can see it has Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker movie logo there. And as we turn the cup around, we have some great images of the characters from the Resistance, as well as the characters from the First Order. So, you just place the lid back on top of the cup, like so. Now, for availability of the item, I believe this was available at Shaw Theatres in Singapore. So now we move on to this great looking R2-D2 popcorn bucket. Now I believe this was available from Golden Village Cinemas in Singapore, where they had a range of characters to choose from for the popcorn bucket. I also believe you had a choice of character for drinking cup as well. Both drinking cup and popcorn bucket were the same design with the removable lid. So to take a look at the popcorn bucket here, as you can see it has some very nice details of the features and gadgets of R2-D2. The detailing is not embossed, but even though it still looks really good. And then you can see on the back here, you have an image of the movie's logo, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker also. Now, to take a look at the lid of the popcorn bucket, you can actually see that all the features are very nicely embossed, which gives it that very nice looking effect. So, you can just take the lid off now, and then you can insert all of your popcorn inside the tub there. So, overall, a great looking R2-D2 popcorn bucket. So now we move on to some cinema cups and toppers which were available for Rise of Skywalker. So first off, we'll take a look at these cinema cups. Now, even though it looks like both cups share the same collage of characters from Rise of Skywalker, this cup reveals characters of the Resistance, while the other cup reveals the characters of the First Order. So, overall, you had your choice of which cup you preferred. And now we move on to the cup toppers. Now, your characters to choose from were Kylo Ren, Sith Trooper, C-3PO, R2-D2 and Dio. Now, for the availability of both the cups and toppers, they were available at the Speciality Cinema and Grill in Bermuda. Right, so I'm just going to move on to some solo items now of the Star Wars franchise. And we're going to start off with the AMC Theatres exclusive Darth Vader popcorn bucket. Now, I think this item looks absolutely incredible. I think the detailing on it is superb. And I think it's just such a great representation of Darth Vader's helmet, which we see in the movies. However, it's not just the look of the popcorn bucket looks great. It also has features as well. So obviously we're going to start off with the least interesting feature of the lid. So you have an indent there, you put your finger underneath. And you lift up the lid as when you insert all of your popcorn. But this popcorn bucket also makes Darth Vader breathing sounds as well. I think that's so cool. I can show you how this feature works now. So we have a look at the underside of the bucket. As you can see here, we have the AMC Theatres logo. And then we have a Star Wars Revenge of the Sith Episode 3 logo as well. We'll talk more about that shortly. But here, you can see that there's a switch. And if you turn the switch on, that's what activates the sounds. And we're going to switch that on now. Just absolutely breathtaking. No pun intended, obviously. But yeah, like I said, this item was an AMC Theatres exclusive and was available to purchase to coincide with Revenge of the Sith's 20th anniversary re-release in cinemas. So here we have some more cup toppers. These were made available for the Star Wars movie Rogue One. So the characters we have here are Jyn Erso, K250, Darth Vader, a Death Trooper, and a Shore Trooper. Now for cup toppers, these are very highly detailed and they have their nameplates at the base as well, so I can remember what names they are. And yeah, these are actually made available at UK cinema, View Cinemas. So now we move on to one of the biggest Star Wars items that I own. Not the biggest, but definitely the most iconic. And that just happens to be the Millennium Falcon popcorn bucket. I mean, what can I say about this item? It looks absolutely amazing. I mean, all the features on the Falcon Look greatly detailed. All the nooks and crannies are well defined. And the popcorn bucket also has features as well. So we have this aerial that moves in a 360 motion. And then the lid of the popcorn bucket, we just have this bit of plastic that sticks out. You grab a hold of that, give it a pull, and then that opens up the lid. And then this is where you insert all of your popcorn inside here. And then if you have a closer look at the lid on the inside, you can see it has the Disney Parks logo there, which is where this popcorn bucket was available. Now, it also has a light up feature as well, which I can't show you here. I needed the right environment to show you, so I'll add a little clip to the end of this one to show you how that feature works. But if you have a look at the back of the Falcon here, you can see it has this feature. This feature lights up and yeah, just really nicely illuminates the darkness. Now, the popcorn bucket itself also came with this very cool Star Wars lanyard as well. So the lanyard attaches to either side of the Falcon, so it's easy to carry about with you once you've purchased it. And yeah, like I said, this was available at the Galactic Grill at the Disneyland parks. So I'm not sure if it was actually available in cinemas, but even so, such a great looking Millennium Falcon popcorn bucket. Right, so I'm just going to show you the light up feature of the Millennium Falcon popcorn bucket. So first off, we're going to flip the popcorn bucket over to reveal the underside. And at the rear here, there is a button. So shortly, we are going to be pressing the button and hopefully it will illuminate the light feature. And yes, there we go. The light feature is shining prominently as the Millennium Falcon light speeds through space. So for this item, I've had to do off camera because this is the biggest Star Wars cinema merchandise item which I own. And this is the AMC Theatres exclusive R2-D2 combo vessel. So all the detailing on this item is embossed and just looks absolutely incredible. And now we're going to be taking a closer look at the combo vessel. So here we have a side view of one of the legs of R2-D2. Like I said, all the detailing is very nicely embossed and just looks incredible. So now here we are at the back of the combo vessel. And they call this a combo vessel for a reason, because that's exactly what it is. It carries both your popcorn and drink. And I'll show you how these features work now. So if you see here, there is a release. Push down on the release, that opens up the door. And this is where you insert all of your popcorn. And trust me, you can fit plenty of popcorn into this combo vessel. Of course, if you don't fancy using the doorway, you can also use the top of the combo vessel as well to access all of your popcorn. And I'll show you how to do that now. So all you have to do is you see this bit here, you push that up and that removes the top compartment. And then you can insert or access all of your popcorn from the inside here. So now here is the top compartment of the combo vessel, and this is where you store all of your drink. So to access your drink, you just put a straw into the hole there, and then to input your drink, you just turn the compartment around, put your thumb in the indent, push up the lid releases, and that is where you insert all of your lovely drink inside there. And then you just safely put the lid back on top of the compartment. So that's it for the AMC Theatres exclusive R2-D2 combo vessel. Now, this item was made available to coincide with the 25th anniversary re-release of Star Wars The Phantom Menace.
Take a breath. This now brings us to the end of the Star Wars Cinema merchandise video. I hope you all enjoyed seeing all these Star Wars Cinema merchandise items. And if I can ask you all now just to strike the like, vibe and subscribe. And always remember to bucket and stuff it. And I'll see you all in the next video.